This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So we'll be starting with Tableau desktop. Okay. So starting from very basics onwards, we'll be starting with understanding the types of visualizations. Okay. We'll be taking up case studies from the second chapter onwards. Okay. And also learn all the types of visualizations from there onwards. Okay, it'll be a bit slow at the beginning so that you guys understand the navigation part of your Tableau. So first few sessions or 3 to 4 sessions will be very slow, slow sessions. Then onwards will pick up, and you'll get every day, or if not every day, every 2 to 3 days, I'll be providing an assignments. Okay, so in total there are 10 assignments plus 3 mock certification questions will be there. You have to practice all of them. Okay, and come back with doubts. Whatever see while listening to the class, it would look very easy. Okay, but unless and until you don't practice with your own hands, it would not be so clear. Okay, so from the day one onwards, I would recommend you to go ahead and practice. And okay, and once we complete this, then we come back to Tableau Prep. So Tableau Prep is a data preparation tool. It is more like an ETL tool. Okay, it's an ETL tool where we can clean our data, transform our data, and create a final data. From using this data, we again create our dashboards. That's the use of Tableau Prep. Tableau Prep is the latest tool which was launched only in the 2018. Many in the market are not aware of this, and companies do look for Tableau Prep. It's good to have always in your resume that you know Tableau Prep. Okay, if it's still not extensively used, because a lot of data transformation happens at different BA tools, other BA tools. Okay, or at a database level. Okay, so still data preparation is not done, not used extensively, but it's always good to have a data preparation knowledge also. Okay, so this would be the content, and anything you would want to ask before starting. So all the sessions should be recorded. If someday if I have not, you would get to know when the session is started recorded. Okay, if I forget sometimes to start the recording, please text me immediately. I start the recording. Just inform me. Okay, and so let's start with the session. I'll take you just through overview of what is Tableau. Why do we need to use Tableau, or why do we use Tableau? So someone tell, maybe Rajni or Vimal. So why is that we would wanted to use Tableau, or what made you decide to learn Tableau? And the point here to be noted is I would want everyone to be interactive. Okay, Vimal, Sridhar, Rajni. If I ask some questions, please respond, because we are not in a face-to-face sessions. Okay, I don't know what you guys are doing, whether you logged into the system and are not present in front of the system. Okay, or you're doing something else. I don't know about that. So please respond whenever I ask something, and you can ask as many doubts as you would want whenever we take up the sessions. Okay, so let me uh, take you through what is Tableau. Tableau has basically different types of products. The Tableau has three set of products. Okay, one is Tableau Desktop, okay, Tableau Server, and a Tableau Public. Okay, and we have almost something called Tableau Online also, which is again similar to Tableau Server only. But predominantly these are three different products. Tableau Server is a licensed version. Tableau Desktop, and Tableau Server are both the licensed versions. Tableau Public is a free version. Okay, and what you do at a Tableau desktop is publish. So you build your dashboards at a Tableau desktop. You connect to data sources. You load the data. You try to visualize the data. And now you want to share it to your end user. Okay, who want to use this dashboard. Or
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
This is Rajni. Sorry, there was a power cut in my area, so I couldn't hear you for last 2-3 minutes.
Okay, I was just taking you through the just started the session, like understanding on the Tableau product side.
Okay.
Okay, nothing much. We didn't discuss anything more.
Okay.
Okay. Tableau Desktop is where we'll be learning, we'll be doing all of the activities as a developer. You'll be doing 90% of your work on a Tableau desktop. Once the dashboard is built on a Tableau desktop, it is published to Tableau server or can be published to Tableau public. Okay, when you publish to Tableau server, it is within your organization. It does not go outside of your organization. You publish to internal servers, okay, internal Tableau server. It is restricted servers. When you publish to Tableau public, okay, it is across the globe. You cannot restrict who can have an access to your dashboard. Okay, a Tableau, or you can build a dashboard directly on a Tableau public. So there's a Tableau public download also, which is a free of cost. And most of the media houses, all the news channels and everyone, whenever they show your dashboards, right? Maybe a election recently, election counting results, you would have seen many dashboards. Most of the dashboards are built on Tableau only. Okay, so they use Tableau public because it's a free of cost. And only difference between Tableau desktop and Tableau public is in a Tableau public, you can only use data. You can only load data from a Excel files, CSV files, or flat files. Any flat files only you can load the data. The Tableau desktop, you have n number of data sources. You have n number of data sources in a Tableau desktop, but not at a Tableau public. That's the only restriction the Tableau public. But as an application, you have complete. The more or less everything is same in the Tableau desktop and Tableau public. Okay. Now let's. So how do people use Tableau? Is on a personal desktop, okay, or it can be used as a web-based visual analysis, and you can embed into different products. Suppose you built one visualization, you built a dashboard. Okay, now I would want this to be embedded. Okay, let me open some demo dashboards. Let's suppose some visualization, some dashboard you built. Okay, I would want this dashboard to be embedded into a different website. Okay, how news paper does. Okay, they would want to publish this map into a web page or into a blog. Okay, that's where you can use Tableau. As Tableau, you can embed into different. But the next best thing in analytical space or a BA space, basically BA space is not a standalone dashboard. Okay, they don't want, no one wants a standalone product. They would want it to be embedded into a different web pages. Okay, where there is source of the data. So they would want everything to be at a single source. That's where, okay, I would want my news, I would want my company information, I want my some other information at everything at a single location. That is what embedding into products. Okay, and you can use as a public, say let's suppose a graph, okay, a small visualization. You can use it into a website or a blogs. That's how you can use a Tableau. And someone, okay, is who is coming from a background of a programming language, any programming side, any SQL
Uh,
side, Vimal, Sridhar, yeah,
I
Rajni.
come from C++ background, hard coding.
Hardcore coding, yes, yeah, I remember that you said. Vimal.
No, I am completely from DBA. I'm not from programming background.
Okay, you have a SQL knowledge, very good.
Yeah.
Sridhar. I think Sridhar is also from a non-technical background. Okay, so this is a tool who is coming from a non-technical background. It's a no scripting coding, or okay, you don't need to write a single line of code unless until you write some derived columns. There also we try to use some functions, but we don't need to have any coding language. You just need to have basic of SQL knowledge. That's it. There is absolutely no coding in Tableau. It's an easy and fast to build your dashboards. Now coming back to the Tableau architecture. So here we have multi-layer architecture or a three-tier architecture we call.
Sir, I
Yeah,
have
Rajni.
doubts. Sir. Uh, Actually, I come from a different background, so I would like to know before going to Tableau, where is it placed, and I'm very new to this data warehousing technologies.
Okay, yes. I asked this question. I think you missed out due to your pocket. Okay, so why
Okay.
did you choose a Tableau, or why do we use a Tableau is what I was talking about. Okay, so that's interesting. Let me start from there onwards. Okay, before going to architecture. So
Okay.
let's suppose, okay, let me open one data file. Okay, let's suppose I have. Mhm. let's suppose I have a data here. Okay, what data is this? Let's take an example of an Amazon. Okay, everyone knows because everyone is would have purchased something or other from the Amazon, right?
Yeah.
So what do you do in an Amazon? You go to Amazon, you search whatever product you need. Okay, you select the product. Okay, the size, color, and everything. You move that into a cart. Okay, and you pay for it, and the order is placed. Correct? In the same case, let's suppose this is some data, something like that. Okay, where a superstore, again like some online store only. Okay, where you are buying, the customer has bought multiple products. Okay, a transaction is recorded. So what transaction is this? A retail store transaction or an Amazon online transaction. Okay, I would want to understand that suppose Amazon per day they are making some 1,000 transactions, 1,000 orders there. Customers are placing some 1,000 orders. Some 10 customers are placed, or some 1,000 customers have bought some 1,000 products. Okay, now Amazon should also know. Okay, it is at an Amazon scale. Okay, let's not talk at an Amazon scale. Let's talk at a small store, maybe a retail store, a more. Okay, now more is making so many transactions daily. So at the end of the day, okay, they would want to know how much sales they have made, right? Or which products they have sold. Okay, or how many number of customers have come today to their store. How many customers have made the transactions in the store. Okay, or in the billing counter, if you say there will be employee, right? Or how many each employee has made the number of transactions or made the billings, they would want to know. Or these more store has multiple stores in multiple cities. In Bangalore, they have multiple stores. Okay, so which store they have made more sales? All of this information, everyone would want to know what is happening within their organization. Correct? So everyone want to know, okay, I'm running a retail store, okay, at a small level or an Amazon at a larger scale, at a worldwide. Everyone want to know what is happening within their organization. Okay, are they making progress? Okay, in terms of profit, or in terms of selling, or in terms of entering into a new market. So entering into a new market, let's suppose you say Walmart has come to India. Then that means they entered into a new market. Till now they were not in the market in India, right? That is also like entering into a new market. When they entered into new market, they would want to know, okay, how should I what product should I sell? Now IKEA has launched a store in Hyderabad. So they would have done some research at the back end. Okay, what products or what is the taste of the customers who would want to buy some furniture. Okay, what sort of furniture? So all of this. Okay, everyone want to know what is happening within my organization. Okay, I have a data every day. I'm doing some transactions. Okay. At the end of the day or end of the month or end of the quarter or end of the year, I would want to know where am I. Okay, so this is what you have a data, and let's suppose, okay, I would want to understand. Okay, let's suppose if I have a data like just in Excel format, can you make any inference out of this? No, right? I cannot make any inferences out of this. It's just a data. Okay, I don't know. Okay, maybe to which customer, who is my biggest customer? I would want to know who is my biggest customer. I cannot know with this data, just with this Excel sheet. Okay, or which segment I'm selling more, or what product, okay, on which category I'm selling, which product I sold more, or which product is making profit or loss. Right. So I have a unit price, I have a cost, shipping cost, I have a discount I'm giving. Okay, where I'm giving highest discounts. I would want to know in and out of about my company. Okay, that is the reason we use a reporting tool. It can be a Tableau, it can be Qlik Sense, or it can be any BI tool. Okay, it can be any BI tool. You have a data. Whenever you have a data, you would want to present data in a form of visualization, in a form of understandable way. You would want to process lots and lots of data is there. Okay, I have tons and tons of data here. Is this every data is important for me? No. Is every data important for me? No, right? I would want to process the data, process and aggregate, group it. Okay, then I would want to present the data at a high level. To whom I should present? Whoever takes the decision. For what? What purpose I would want to present this data? For a better company. It can be in terms of growth, in terms of reducing losses, or in terms of increasing profit, or in terms of maybe we can say efficiency. Okay, cost of materials, raw material cost I would want to decrease. Okay, or operational cost I would want to decrease. Okay, I would want to take some strategic decisions or tactical decisions for everything. Okay, I would want it to be backed by some data. That's suppose I say I would want to increase my product price. Okay, you cannot say so. You cannot go to a manager and say that, sir, please increase my product price by 10 rupees or decrease the product by 2 rupees. Sir, this store is not doing good. Okay, this store is not selling. Please let's close down this store in particular location. You cannot say that, right? What should be there? There should be some data which should back to that. Okay, last 3 quarters, okay, the store is not doing much sales. Okay, there is a data for us. So there is a background data for that. Okay, last 3 quarters there's no sales happening. Okay, or there is a competitor store which have come up beside that. Okay, who is giving more discounts and they're selling more. Okay, that is what I also would want to take into considerations. All of these things, okay, we should provide at the right information at the right time at the right format. Okay, further we use these BI tools. It can be Tableau, it can be Qlik Sense, any BI tool. Okay, we would want the management to know at the right time and the right format and the right information. I don't want, management does not have enough time to go into all of the data. You would want to have a right information and at the right point of time to take it can be an operational decision or a strategic decision. Okay, to make the company a better company. That is what we do at a BA. So that's the goal of a BA goal. So BA is about to use data to help enterprise users make better business decisions. Okay, so this is very interesting. Okay, understanding data, it is very interesting area actually. So you'll learn a lot of functionalities. You'll learn business, how the business functions. Basically, learn how business functions. Okay, that is, someone can teach you how to design a dashboard in Tableau. Okay, but to learn how business functions, you should try reading more articles. Okay, try reading newspapers. Okay, participate in some forums. That's where you'll try to learn. Okay, or observe when you go to a retail store. Observe everything, starting from your each and every. Starting from when you enter. Okay, what is that you need to observe? You need to observe how they place the product in multiple racks. Okay, do you think they just place all the products top to bottom? No, for everything there is a market. Let's suppose there is a 5 racks in one almirah in a retail store. Okay, something they place at your eye level or your head level. Okay, something they place at your foot level, right at the bottom. Okay, and something below and something above. So for everything there is a marketing strategy behind that. Company promotes that, company fights to have a right place. So you see, most of the time, where do you look? You bend and do you look at for all the products? No, you don't look at them, right? You only look whatever is at your eye level. So companies fight for that place. Okay, all the competitors want. So the product is placed for there at a premium rate. All of these things matters. Everything matters. Hi, Sridhar.
Hi.
You would want to ask something? Yes, Sridhar, tell me.
Nothing to ask. Just I listening, that's all.
Okay. Mute yourself.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So that's what everything you need to observe. Then only you will try to learn. Okay, when you get a bill, okay, observe what is there in the bill. Okay, you will see all of these things. Whatever is there in the bill, you will see. Okay, let's suppose order number will be there. Okay, customer phone number or something will be there in that. Okay, which employee ID will be there. What is the discount they provide will be there. What is the unit price will be there. Okay, what product category they have given. Okay, what is the final discount or the total discount you have purchased will be there. Try to observe. the bills. Okay, all of the data would be there in this. So most of the data in this will be there in your billing. Okay, this is what is all about BI. Is it Rajni clear? We just try to understand what is happening within my organization. That's
Yes,
it.
Ravi, I got it.
It is
Yeah.
like, it is more like a reading a newspaper. Okay, you try to
Yeah.
observe, or you try to understand, or what does newspaper does? Newspaper only reports what has happened. Correct? What has happened till
Yes.
yesterday, they just publish it tonight and they release it tomorrow morning. Right? In the same case here also, any BI tool, what we do, we only publish the data what has happened till last moment, or at least the last 1 hour, or last 2 hours, or last 8 hours. Okay, depends how frequently you are refreshing the data, depends. Okay, or last 24 hours, what has happened, you only report the data. Okay, this has happened till yesterday. Okay, in a better format you represent. That is what is all about BA spaces.
So basically, it's like conversion of a raw data into an intelligence format where it can be reported in the format. So that's what is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
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 So taking a raw data, okay. So a raw data need not be always so neat and clean. Okay, in a templated format. Okay, like rows and columns. Okay, there can be some errors in it. There can be some spaces in it. Okay, all of those transformation we have to take care of it. Okay, the data can be at a multiple data sources. It can be in Excel format. It can be CSV format. It can be in a databases. Okay, you have multiple databases, right? When you come back to Tableau, you would see that there will be multiple databases. And Tableau, you have multiple databases where the data can reside. Okay, so all of the data I will try to load into Tableau and try to represent the data in a much better format. Okay, where a user can understand, a layman can understand. Basically, when I design a dashboard, you should always be very careful that, okay, a layman can understand my dashboard. Okay, a layman can understand the dashboard. That's the objective of creating a dashboard. Okay, there should not be anyone who should help me to navigate this dashboard once again. Okay, now let me go into the Tableau architecture. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, now coming back to the architecture. So in Tableau, we have three tier, again, three tier architecture. We have data layers, database sources basically. So you can load from a data warehouses like it can be SQL, it can be Oracle, it can be Vertica, multiple data sources. The data marts, again, a combination of it can be data marts is again on top of data warehouse of finalized layers. It can be like files. Files are like Excel files, CSV file, text files, PDF files, all those file systems. And the cubes. Cubes are again are three-dimensional or four-dimensional. Basically, it's a three-dimensional cubes. Okay, what is dimension and what is that? I'll come back in a way. Okay, it can be a cubes. So you use a SQL connector to load data from a SQL databases. Okay, and multiple data engines, different types of data engines or different connectors where you can load the data. Once you try to load the data, where does Tableau? What does Tableau data engine technology does? Okay, Tableau is an in-memory tool. It's trying to store the data in memory in a columnar store format. Okay, when I say columnar store, okay, basically when I try to search, suppose I say I would want to search a company name or a customer name. Suppose I say search a customer name. Okay, normally in a SQL, what does it does? It goes row by row and searches. But in a Tableau, it goes column wise. This is a columnar store of data. Okay, when I search something like this, it's a columnar store. When I search something like this, it is a row format. Okay, that's the reason we call as SQL or RDBMS systems, right? Row-based systems. Okay, so Tableau is a columnar storage and that is compressed. So there's multiple, there's a different technology which helps Tableau to compress the data whenever you try to load for a better optimization of the dashboard. Okay, or to load huge number of data, much amount of data is the Tableau. So that happens, and so there is a. So how does this Tableau is trying to interact all of this or try to create a visualization? There's something called visual QL compiler. Okay, this is a code. This is an engine. This is a Tableau engine actually. Visual QL is a Tableau engine which does all of this activity of visualizing your data. Okay, so what does Tableau try to do whenever I'm trying to create? Okay, this all are whenever I try to create a graph, what does Tableau try to do in this case at the back end? Okay, let's suppose what is this? I am showing sales by customer or by segment, by customer segment, home office, corporate, and consumer. These are my segment. Right? I am showing sales by month wise, by segment wise. Right. So now when I would want to have to write a query in my SQL, what I have to do? I'll write select. Okay. Maybe sales, right? Sum of sales. Okay. From so whatever table it can be sales. I'm not running this query. Okay. I don't have this data in Tableau in my SQL from a sales table. Okay, and let's suppose segments, everything is in the same table. Okay, then I say I would want to see sales. I would want to see it by month wise. Okay, so I would want to see the month wise. Then I would say I would want to group by segment wise. This is a query I write in a SQL, right? Somewhat similar like this query I write in a SQL. Tableau also does the same thing. Okay, through visual query. Okay, through this visual compiler, it writes a SQL query back to the database or back to data source, wherever source, whatever it can be an Excel or it can be database. It writes a SQL query by its own and try to represent the data. Okay, so whenever you use the column, then only based on that column it tries to compile the data. Okay, it's a direct SQL query it writes. Okay, clear on the architecture part, and we can see this SQL query also. I would also show you in the Tableau repositories. We would be able to see if you go back to documents. Once you install Tableau, you would see a Tableau repository here. In this repository, you would see a log files. Okay, in the log files, somewhere in log files is the latest one. This. You would see not exactly the same select query, but you would be able to see the select query which is writing to the database. Somewhere it should be there. It should be in the log file only. Okay, we'll see this later. Okay, so every query, whatever you do in a visualization, just a SQL query, it sends it to the backend to the database. Okay.
Sir, I have one doubt. We
Yes.
said that the SQL is more, the RDBMS is more based on the row search, and Tableau is more on onto the column one. So
Yes.
is it just only the how we write the SQL query? If we write the SQL query based on the column, then it becomes a column search. So that's how the Tableau approaches it. Am I right?
No, the way the data is stored is different actually. It's not the way how
Okay.
we write a select query. Okay, for a column storage or for a row-based storage, the way we write a select query is same.
Okay.
Okay, there's no difference in writing a select query for a column storage and for a row-based systems.
Okay.
Okay, but the way the data is stored, the data engine. Okay, so that's purely technical at the back end. How the data is stored as a columnar store, as a row-based store. We don't need to understand that. But the way the data is stored is completely different. The
Okay.
next slide should show you how the data is stored at the row column wise.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so this is a RDBMS tabular storage and a columnar storage. Okay, see, for let's suppose as we saw superstore data, for a columnar storage traditional RDBMS system, complete data would be like a single table. Okay, multiple columns would be like a single table. But in a columnar storage, each column would be treated as one table. So for each column, it has an ID and its values. The profit also it has ID and its values. Okay, see, the aggregation happens at a column level here, and the aggregation here happens at a row level here. The part taken through data to calculate and aggregate a profit requires visiting each row and then fetching the value for profit from its location in each row. Okay, so it goes row wise and fetches the data in our DBM system. And in a Tableau, it just goes to a profit column. Part taken through data to calculate and aggregate a profit is a straight line. Just one column it searches and picks the data. Okay, now understand the difference between row-based and columnar storage.
So Tableau always do the column-based search only.
Yes, Tableau always does a column-based search only. The data stored in the Tableau is also column-based search only. So TD, say when we store the data in Tableau, it is a TD format. Tableau data extract is a columnar storage. Columnar database stores column values together rather than row values. As a result, it dramatically reduces the input or output required to access and aggregate the values in a column. So it's much faster when the data is, if I would want to aggregate my profit, it's much faster in column wise rather than going into each column and pick the value. First pick 1.32, then go back to the next row, pick 47, then go back to the next row and pick some value. Yeah, then it becomes slower actually. In this case, it is much faster.
So row is doing the full table scan, go one by one.
Yeah, full table scan, go one by one.
Okay.
But how do we have this relationship in the column store? Because we see each column as a separate table, right? So we have a product name table and profit table. So if you have to query some information from it, how the relationship will be maintained here?
The relation is creating IDs, right? For each everything, it's creating an ID column for each of the column. It creates an ID. So see, we don't need to worry about how to build a relationship between column to column.
Okay.
Okay, so Tableau does take care of everything out of this. Okay, this is just for your understanding purpose. We don't need to worry, okay, whether Tableau stores the data in a columnar store, whether Tableau stores the data in a table store. Okay, this is more for technical knowledge. Okay, so a better tool knowledge. That's it. When you are going to use a tool, okay, I should have some background of the tool. That's the only motive of taking you through these slides.
Okay.
Okay, you would know we're using these.
Okay.
Okay, so you don't decide whether I should store in a columnar format or whether my data would be compressed or not. Okay, what sort of compression technology I should adopt? No, you don't have that freedom to apply compression technology. Okay, Tableau does it automatically.
Okay.
Okay, so as I said, right, Tableau, when we load the data, Tableau also does a compression. Okay, so the compression techniques are used to further optimize the TDE columnar storage. Each column becomes a memory map file in the TDE store. Okay, when we load the data and store the data in a form of a TDE, so it uses multiple techniques. One is the run length coding. Okay, a dictionary compression. What is dictionary compression? Is each values. Okay, the value is repeating. Okay, or in alphabetical order. So that is called a dictionary compression would be applied to column values. Okay, and then run length coding would be done. So all of this is a backend operation which does to compress the data. Okay, now next come back to the let's jump on to the Tableau rather than going more theoretical. So I would recommend you start downloading Tableau from the Tableau website. Tableau.com. So you would get a free version, 14-day trial period. Okay, everyone, you will get a 14-day trial period. Download the 14-day trial period for the beginning. Okay, then you would have a student license. Okay, once you download, you have a student version. Academic, go to this academic. So basically you can download, get free trial. You would let me open this link, and after 14 days, you go for this academic. Okay, try to get one ID card, any student ID card of any of your colleagues, friends, your cousins, okay, who is right now studying any graduation. Okay, so then in the academic, they'll ask you to register in the academic. Go for this academic, let's say for the registration. So why do I need to register for academic is you would get a 1-year license. Okay, so academic right now. So this is a potential trial period is what is giving it. Academic a year, sorry, request a license. So Tableau Desktop is a free for students license for 1 year academic program. So for an academic program, where was that? You have a place where you can fill the form and upload the ID card so that they'll send you a license key. Where is it? So get Tableau for free, the student license. So go into this. I'll just give this link, academic students. I'll just directly paste this link in the chat window and you pick this direct link. Okay, here. So once you click on this link, okay, here this is where you have to fill out the information, whichever country you belong to. Okay, and everyone is India. So fill out these details. Fill the school name or the college name wherever is studying. Okay, and verify and continue is where you have to. It will ask you to upload the ID card. Okay, an image of the ID card. In fact, if you don't get something, you can also find it on Google also. Some ID cards. Okay, they don't verify whether it's your email ID and your ID card and your name matches. Okay, you just see that your name is the name of the name when you're registering here, when you're filling out this form. Okay, the name is same as in the ID card, but rest everything they don't verify it. Basically, they would want to promote it. If someone don't get an ID card of your cousins, okay, you can in fact get something from here. Okay, you can use anyone's. So many ID cards are available here. Okay, see that the latest ones, not the lapsed ones. I don't think that makes a difference, but see that they are the latest ones. So expiry September. See the expiry dates. They are till 19 expiry, or get it some ID cards. That would be better in fact. Okay, then upload it. You will get a license key to your email. Okay, so that license key will help you to get a Tableau license for 1 year. More than enough to practice, right? So once you get a license key, you go to your Windows or go to Help, Manage Product Keys. Okay, and this is where you add your product license. Okay, I have my corporate license and also have free license. That's the reason you see multiple licenses here. Okay, that's where you add up the license keys here. Okay, your product key, you just say activate. Okay, once you click on activate, it will ask you to paste the license and the license will get automatically activated. Okay, this is one thing you have to do. Okay, so once you do that, let me close this application. I'll open from the beginning. Or so once you close this, or once you install, you would get a shortcut icon on your local desktop. A Tableau. So mine is actually 2018.1 version. The latest version is 19.2. I still didn't upgrade it. Okay. The latest version is the 19.2. I just had to update. Nothing much difference from the latest version to the 18.1 version. From 2018 version onwards, they started like the year numbers, year and the release. Okay, previous to that, they used to say the Tableau 9, Tableau 10. Okay, after 10 version, 10.2 or after 10 version, basically after 10 versions. Someone, Sridhar, can you go on mute? Okay, is it clear, Rajni? Am I audible now? Everyone, Vimal, am I audible?
Yeah, I can hear your voice.
Okay.
It's audible.
Yeah, okay then. I think Rajni, yeah, she has an issue at her end only. Okay, fine. Yeah, Sridhar.
Nothing. Already the Tableau free version, trial version is there, right? That I installed and expired also. Now I downloaded
Okay.
student version. I that only. Is it fine, right?
Okay, student was. Yeah, it's just not download. Okay, whatever downloaded Tableau desktop. Okay, is the same version. You have to apply the license key. There's nothing like more for student. Yeah. Okay. To the trial version which you downloaded, okay, which got expired. To that only you have to apply the license key. Okay, license key would be sent to your email ID, whatever email ID you provide.
Yes.
Okay. If you are not able to do it successfully, do let me know. I'll help you out, guys. Okay. Let me mute. Let's go ahead. And so once you download, you'll get a shortcut icon. Open, double click that, and this is the first page you get to see. Rajni, can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can hear you, sir. My download is in progress. It's taking some time.
Okay, okay. Yeah, don't try to download something at last time because your network will get slow and your call drops. That's the reason you were not able to hear.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, once you download, you will get a local shortcut icon, desktop icon. Okay. Once you double click it, you will get to see this is the first page you get. So these are a few dashboards which are already worked. These are like recently opened documents. Okay, and you will have some sample workbooks. These are some demo dashboards Tableau provides. Okay, and there are some training videos, some getting started training videos, very basic videos would be there here. You can go through these basic videos. Okay, and whenever the new release would come up, a new release would be shown on at the bottom right hand side corner. Okay, and any update on the conferences would also be provided here. They are all pushed from the backend. Whenever you're online, they are all pushed from the backend. Okay, you'll get to see all of these things. And on your left hand side, you see the data connectors. Different data source connectors. First one is your files to different files. It can be Excel files, text files, JSON file, Access, PDF, special files, statistical files, and some more files are there here. Okay, any other different files. Then your servers. So your basically SQL, Oracle, Redshift, okay, and different others like HANA, okay, IBM, HP, whatever. We'll try to connect to SQL Server, Vertica, and also I'll figure it out to connect to Oracle also. So multiple data sources are there, and any other data sources. These are sample files which Tableau provides. Sample EU Superstore and Superstores and world indicators. These are sample data which Tableau provided to us. For today, we'll just load one Excel file and we'll load the same Superstore data. And let's try to just create one small visualization. So click on Microsoft Excel, and I'll send out these data files across to you. So Superstore. So keep all your data files in one single folder so that you can use it for practice. Select the data file, and so now you have a data source layer where you get to see that there are 3 sheets. So in the Excel file, your orders, returns, users, you get to see 3 sheets, and 3 sheets. Each sheet is treated as one table of information. Okay, so you can use any one sheet or you can use all the 3 sheets. It's up to you how you use it. Okay, and what is this orders and returns? Suppose you place some you multiple products. Suppose you place an order in Amazon. Okay, you order 5 products or some 3 products you ordered. Out of 3 products, not necessarily that you always retain all the products, right? Sometimes you may return the products. There are some returns. Okay, some order ID got returned. Okay, some order ID got returned. So you may have some returns also in that case. So this is the information. Today we'll look only at the orders information. Drag and drop onto the data source area where you get to see of your data. This is called a data pane. Okay, where you get to see a preview of your data. You'll get to see all the columns, whatever is there in your Excel file. It will bring all the columns. Okay, and how many records it will bring? Will it bring all the records? Let's say how many records are there here? There are some count is some 1952 records, but here you only see the 1000 records are only there. You don't get to see all the records. It's just a preview of your data. It don't show you all the records here. Okay, it only show you 1000 records. Okay, but if you say okay, I would want to know what is my total count in Excel. Okay, I don't know. Okay, just enter some number, unimaginable number like 9999, and just enter it. Okay, here then it will show you that my total number of records are 1952 records. Then it will try to bring all the records. Okay, when the file is too huge, like 1 lakh or 2 lakhs, don't try to do this. Okay, Tableau may get slow down. For each column, it has a data type also. Okay, how does Tableau decides what data type is it? So when it brought first 1000 records right earlier, when it brings first 1000 records, okay, it will just sees what is the first 1000 values. Okay, first 1000 values are numbers. It immediately assigns a whole number. Hash is nothing but a whole number. Okay, when you click on this hash, or just place a mouse point, you just say hash is a number whole. Okay, then if it's a text value, it just gives a ABC. ABC is nothing but a text or a string. Okay, then you have 2 types of hash. One is green color hash, one is a blue color hash. Okay, what could be the difference between them? Anyone? There is a green color hash and there is a blue color hash.
There is a whole number and there is a decimal.
Decimal number, true. Okay, and this is the dimension value and this is the measure value. I'll come back to that maybe next class. What is dimension, what is measure? So this is a hash is a decimal value. Okay, this is like decimals. We say these are all your decimals. This is again a blue color. And if you have a date column, yeah, and all your country, region, state, city, postal code, all it has assigned some geographical roles into it. Okay, that's the reason you see some globe symbols. Okay, there is a geographical role which got assigned to this. Okay, geographical role country is assigned to this country column. Okay, region it didn't assign any geographical role. The reason still shows ABC because it does not know what region is it. Okay, region can be east, west, north, south, a specific region. Okay, specific sales regions. So that's the reason it didn't assign any geographical rules. Then state or province. How does it is able to identify this? Okay, especially based on the column name only, it is able to identify. Okay, on a country column name, on a country, it is trying to identify the country column names. Okay, it gives a latitude and longitude information. It picks the latitude and longitude information for each country, each state or a province. Let's suppose state or province, I make it to region. Okay, may not be able to identify this each state to a particular country. Okay, so the reason basically, if you see in the geographical roles also, you see state or a province has a column name here or a role here. Okay, so if something is here, then only it will try to identify. If airport is there, airport names. Basically, airport is nothing but airport names, area codes. Okay, and a city column name, country or region column name. Okay, only these set of columns it will immediately try to assign the geographical roles. If not, we have try to manually assign the geographical roles. We'll see in the data class how to assign manually the geographical roles. Okay, so for each of the column, we will try to assign them. Now let's come back to the where is the date column? Yeah. For a date column, it is assigned a date data type. Okay, and if sometimes you see that okay, data type is not assigned correctly, and you can change the data type as you would want. Now suppose I say a whole number, I want to convert a decimal. Yes, you can go ahead and convert this, but it's not the right. It just gives you 2 decimal values. It will be added just 0.000. Okay, you can assign a decimal value. Okay, the string or boolean, if it's something like boolean, like true or false. Boolean is nothing but true or false. If a column you would want to name it as true or false, if you have something like 0, 1, 0, 1, you can name it as boolean. But immediately you would never need to worry about the data type. Tableau automatically does this, assigning the data types. Okay, and here also you can see the metadata. Metadata is nothing but without the data, you just see the number of fields in the column names. Okay, all the field names, you can just able to see it. And here, if you would want to modify a column name, let's suppose I say customer name, I would want to modify something. Okay, you can just double click and just modify the name. I can just want to say customer name and just name. Okay, a field from here also you will see a customer name would have got modified a name. In fact, here also you can double click it and modify this. Okay, shipping mode. So ship mode, I would want to convert it into a shipping mode. You just double click it and you modify the column names. You get to see here shipping mode got. So this is the original column name and this is the renamed column name. The original column name in the data file never would change. Okay, it only change at a Tableau level. Okay, so here this is a metadata. We call manage metadata. Metadata is where you just see what are the number of columns. Okay, all the columns. And now we can also, let's suppose I don't want to load all the columns. I would want to hide some columns. Okay, let's suppose I say I don't want customer ID. You can just simply select a column and you can hide a column. Okay, this column would not be loaded into your Tableau. You're just avoiding loading a customer ID column. Yeah, if you say you would want to see all the hidden columns, show hidden fields, then you'll get to see hidden field, but this is grayed out. You see, means this column is not getting loaded into Tableau. You're avoiding because see, whenever we're designing a dashboard, you always think, you always have to be very careful. What are the columns I'm going to use it in my visualization? What are the columns I'm not going to use it? Okay, why? Because everything consumes some memory, right? Because these all are in-memory tools. Okay, it occupies some memory, it occupies some space. Okay, we need to be very careful whether I should use this column or not. Okay, so this is how you can restrict the column. Okay, you can again change and hide the column. Okay, then renaming is aliasing his name, just rename the column or alias. We'll come back to this aliasing part. The bins and everything will come back. Rename we saw, and I want to. There are two types of loads. One is a live connection. One is an extract connection. What are the two different types of loads? We'll see. Okay, one is a live connection. Tableau does not. Okay, let me keep my mouse pointer here. So connect directly to your data. The speed of data source will determine the performance. Means when it is a live connection, Tableau does not bring all the data into Tableau. It always try to go back to Excel sheet and test the data. That is called a live connection. Okay, it does not bring complete data into Tableau. It will just always connect to live. Whenever you're doing some visualization or whenever you're doing some filter, okay, it always connects back to the data source. At that point of time, it brings back the data. Okay, and we have something called extract. It tries to complete data. Say extract will include all data. It will try to load all the data into Tableau. Okay, now let's try to save both the files and see the difference of file size, live connection and extract connection. We'll see what is the difference in file size. For same orders table, let me save this file. Okay, and I'll create a new folder here. Maybe I'll name this as Qlikview. I would want to store all my files into this folder. Whatever work we do on a day-to-day basis will store. So this will save as live connection. It will store in .tableau workbook .twbx files. So there are multiple file formats. I'll come back to that. I'll just say live connection and save this. Okay. Back. So you have, it is just a 1344 KB file. Live connection file is just 1044 KB. Okay, now let me convert into an extract and save this once again. I'll do a save as, and we'll name this as extract. Okay, says to save the workbook, you must either create the extract or click cancel and use the live connection. I want to create an extract. Now when it's created an extract, what does Tableau try to do? So that's what we have, direct connection or in-memory connection. I'll come back to this. When you try to create an extract, Tableau creates something called hyper file. Okay, a .hyper format file would get created. Created. 1 second. Let me open this Tableau once again. This was in the previous class. You will see this professional edition or a personal edition. If once it is licensed, you will see this. Whether it's a professional license or a personal edition. Okay, let me load that file once again. .hyper file should get created. Superstore. Orders. And let's say extract. Let's save this file once again into this folder. Okay, let me delete this. I want to save this extract. You see, a .hyper file gets created to this folder. A hyper is a version to store a data in a much more compressed manner. Okay, so it compresses data at a higher level. It can store all the traditional way of storing your data. Your traditional OLTP data, OLAP data, analytical data, and your beyond OBR relationship data. So all the data can be in one single place. Okay, all the compressed data. So it can store huge amount of data and retrieve the data much faster. Okay, so Tableau has acquired this company called Hyper. Okay, in the year 2017 and integrated this into Tableau, and that's where Tableau is now able to store huge amount of data in the in-memory. So it will help you to retrieve the data much faster. So we have a few more things about Hyper. Hyper is a Tableau's new in-memory data engine technology designed for fast data ingestion and analytical query processing on a large or complex data sets. Okay, Hyper can slice and dice massive volumes of data in seconds. You will see up to 5x faster query speed and up to 3x faster extraction speed when the data is stored in Hyper format. When the data is stored in a live connection and when the data is stored in extract connection. So what happens is in extract, the data is completely brought down to Tableau in memory. It brought down to the in memory. That's the reason it is much faster. Okay, but in a direct connection, it completely depends on the database speed. Okay, if your database is faster, okay, it can extract. On the live connection, if your database is faster, okay, it's similar like your browser. Okay, if your browser is faster or your internet speed is faster, your web pages opens faster, right? The same case. If your database is faster in the live connection, your Tableau dashboard works faster. Okay, but in a extract connection, you don't need to have any internet connection. Once the data is extracted, now the data is stored in Hyper format. Okay, and it is at your local desktop. Okay, and you don't need any, and it is much faster. The data is completely now in your RAM memory. Okay, so these two are the methods. We need to decide which method we should use when. Okay, when your database is faster, go ahead and use live connection. When your database is slower and you also want to work offline, then you go and use extract connection.
I have one doubt here.
Yeah,
suppose in live connection, I'm changing one column name here, whether it will affect the database. Suppose I'm editing the customer name here, whether it will affect the database query somewhere.
Yes, customer, you're trying to
change
the column name. You cannot change the data value, right? As customer
no.
You cannot change the data value. You can only change the column name. Okay, so customer name column I change to name. Okay, whether it's in live query also. Okay, it does not impact your database. It does not write back to the database.
Okay. So they are giving only read-only permissions.
Yes, read-only permission. You cannot write back. Okay, just like read permission only. So only read the data from your database. You cannot write back data from a database. Write back capability is not there.
Okay.
The write back functionality, you can use it through some extension objects are there. Okay. Some corner cases, some organization ask for the write back capabilities. Okay. If not, BA tools are not meant for write backing to any data source. That is your truth. From the truth, you are pulling the data. Okay. Clear till here?
Yep.
Any doubts you would want to ask? Anyone else?
No, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay.
I have one doubt. Can you tell me how? What is the most of the company having a different Tableau roles are there? So nowadays, as we know, the big data, Hadoop, and the data sets are coming to picture. So how the Tableau engineers will be different from them? Whether suppose if nowadays the data analyst people will do the Tableau work as well as the programming or Python like this stuff, or else the company having the different Tableau engineers for this reporting purpose.
There are the set of rules are different. Roles are different from these fields. Okay, let me tell you. So they're called data engineers. Okay, so data engineers are someone who what do you say process the data for you. Okay, gather the data and process the data for you. Okay, and process data. So after this, you have your data analysts. Okay. Data analysts are those. Okay, or BA analyst or BA developer. Okay, multiple things here. Data analyst have to set up two things here. Okay, there can be a data analyst or there can be a BA developer again between. Okay, So be a developer is one who would be using multiple tools. Okay, like it can be Qlik, it can be Tableau, Power BI, multiple tools. Their motto is, okay, create a dashboard. That's it. Create a dashboard. Okay, extract the data from whatever data sources is. Once the data engineers process the data and store the data in some database. Okay, load the data, take the requirement, and create some nice Tableau dashboard. Okay, they don't. They're not involved in much involved in end user with the end user or presenting it the dashboard. Okay. Whereas data analyst, okay, who basically is the one who understands business, okay, gathers requirements, okay, build dashboards also, okay, not only developer building a dashboard, build the dashboard, present the dashboards, okay, means interpret, basically present the dashboards, interpretation activities also is taken care by him.
Okay.
So these roles are mix and match. Okay, so few organizations, developer has to do all these activities, and analyst also has to do all the activities. These are mix and match. Okay, but this is a complete separate role. Okay, so here is where people would be from Hadoop. Okay, people from Python, okay, all your big data sources.
Okay.
Okay, this is a complete data engineering. Okay, only process. Okay, just stage your data. Okay.
Okay.
They refresh the data. Just the staging activities, all the processing activities done by them. Okay, once the data is ready for you, then you start analyzing the data. It can be data analyst or it can be developer.
What is meant by processing the data?
Processing the data in the sense, see, every data is not neat and clean, right? To some extent, you need to remove junk data. You need to gather data from multiple data sources. You have to combine the data. Yes. The one single table. Okay, one single table. Then I would want to split the table, the data into multiple subject areas. So all of those activities, the processing of data is means. I'll come back when I come back. I'll explain one day on the data warehousing concepts. Okay, there will come back. All of these concepts will come.
Okay, sure.
Okay, basically gathering all the data and combining into one single data source as a processing area.
So we can request the data engineer to give us some whatever the analyzing we are doing. We can ask the data engineer also, maybe in real time.
Data engineer, yes. So in real time, what happens is you gather requirement. It is like this, okay, from front end to back end. So here there is a user. Okay, here you have users. Okay, you say that now I would want a dashboard to analyze particular markets, sales information or a product information. That is the requirement of a user. Okay, okay. He says that I would want to analyze sales for maybe France market something. Okay. This is requirement. So okay, he will say that this is okay within the company. You can say this is requirement. So now what I'll do? Okay, so I would, as a developer, you would have to come back and check. Okay, where do I have France information? France sales information. Okay, what all tables you need? What tables you need? What columns you need to analyze this information? You also try to ask him the requirement, specific requirement, whether you would want before this you would want to ask him, okay, how to calculate, okay, sales. There are multiple calculations, right? It means sales is not simply just a sum of a sales column. Okay, so you say okay, from which date to which date, okay, or any conditions, okay, date, okay, or quarter wise you would want to see, or month wise you would want to see, what all ways you would want to see the data, okay. and it's what products. You say you would want to see the sales for France market, but what all products you would want. Suppose a company has 100 products. Do you want to analyze all the 100 products or only particular products? Okay, this is the requirement gathering you try to analyze. A BA developer has to analyze. Then you try to find out what tables, what columns, okay, where is the data is residing, okay, okay, is it in the right format? Is it in the right format? Okay, is it not in the right format or it's not updated data? You go back. Now you go back from here. You go back to your data engineer. Okay, a DB team, basically a DB team. Okay, okay. Please, first of all, Tableau also should have an access. You should have the credentials to connect to a database, right?
Yeah.
And check the data. So those all permissions. Okay, permissions to connect to Tableau. You should ask all these details. Okay, where are these tables? Where, okay, data warehouse is huge, too big. Okay, in that ocean, where do you search? Right, you should ask the schemas, a table name, a specific table name, right? Okay, table name, then any relationships between data model relationships, basically. Okay, you understand like primary key and foreign key relationships, right? All those relationships, primary key, foreign key relationships, everything, complete data model you need to ask. Okay, all of these things you ask your database team. Okay, then again, it is again from again it will come back to front end. You load the data, you try to see the requirement and build the dashboard and present to the user. Okay, any feedback? Go back, revoke, and present again. That's how the process or life cycle of development happens.
Okay.
Clear, everyone?
Yeah. Thanks.
So yeah, so we'll stop the session here. We'll continue again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, chalo then. Have a great day. I'll send this recording link within half an hour. Okay, you can download. I request everyone to download the recording link and save it to your desktop. Okay.
Sure.
Download
Thanks,
the video. Basically, download the video. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, sir.
Yeah. Bye bye.